To get started, go to colab.research.google.com. That's colab.research.google.com. And then click on the new notebook option. Make sure that you are logged into a private Gmail account. So you can run and execute Python code in addition to other languages in Google Collaboratory notebooks. For titling, you want to keep the .ipynb, which stands for IPython notebook. That is the appropriate file type. But let's name this one Python as calculator. Okay, you now enter what's called a coding cell. Okay, this is where you run and execute Python code. And so to do basic math in Python, you just do it like you would almost anywhere. So like 3 minus 5, just enter 3 minus 5 on a keyboard. And then to run that code, press Shift Enter. Holding the Shift key, press Return. The first time you run Colab, it can take a moment because see this connecting. It shows that it's actually connecting. And then once it's connected, it'll actually run pretty quickly. And so it's good to always think about what do you expect the answer to be. Check mark, it's been connected. It in fact is -2. Multiplication uses the asterisk, 3 times 5. Press Shift Enter. You can see you get the expected answer of 15. Now division is kind of interesting. So what if we do say 20 divided by 5? Okay, why is this interesting? Press Shift Enter because you get 4.0. We have now a different Python type. Previously, we've had integers, positive or negative whole numbers as answers, and now we have what is called a float. You can get the type as follows. You could put 20 divided by 5 or 4.0, same thing, right? And you can see the type is a float, whereas if you put in the type of just the number 4, it is int for an integer. And you can use these names to actually convert. So if you want to say get the integer part of 20 divided by 5, note on the spacing, you can have horizontal spaces. I have to do it for readability, but you don't have to. Horizontal spacing is generally okay in Python. You press Shift Enter, and so you can see you now get the whole part of 4. In some other programming languages, you only do get the integer part. Python gives you the correct mathematical answer. Now, what if we do 3 minus 5 times 4? Okay, this is interesting. Does Python follow the order of operations, which says multiply first, or will it go left to right? Well, let's find out. Let's get an answer. And you can see we get -17. Python does follow the order of operations. If you want a different order of operations, use parentheses. So for instance, 3 minus 5 first, just put it in parentheses and then the times 4. And now if you press Shift Enter, you do in fact get -8. Okay, let's next look at exponentiation. So exponentiation is interesting. And I'm going to make a comment here, and a comment in a coding cell is done with a hashtag. And so we can say, what is 5 to the second power? Okay, see, when you write a hashtag in a comment, that code, like it ignores everything after the hashtag. You can say whatever you want. It's really a note to yourself or someone else using this notebook. You know, we will often do 5 2 to get the exponent. We can try that. Is this how Python does exponentiation? Well, let's see. Do we get 25? No, we get 7 because this is something different. It's some kind of a bitwise operator. Exponentiation is repeated multiplication. So that's repeated multiplication. I think that's the best syntax ever. You don't need any extra libraries. Boom, you get 25 straight out. What about the square root? What is the square root of 2025? That is this year. Well, square roots are to the 1/2 power, which is 0.5. So you can do 2025 to the 0.5 power. Definitely the best method to take square roots, and you can see you get 45. Okay, there's some other operators in Python that are math-oriented that are useful. One is the modulus operator. So what is 8 mod? Okay, it's the parentheses sign. Sorry, the percent sign, 4. Well, it's 0 because there's no remainder. So mod, this operator gives you the remainder, okay, is remainder. And so just to, try another one, like, okay, what if we want to divide something like 21 divided by 9, and what's the remainder part? Well, it's 3, okay? That's what the modulo operator gives you. It gives you, in fact, a remainder of 3, and you could also get the integer part just by doing 21 divided by 9, okay? And you could use the integer part. And so how do you get the integer part of this? Well, you would just type in int, and then you can see you actually get 2. So in combination, they actually give you 2 remainder 3.